right, so once again, morning everyone. Um, quite a quite a rainy morning today. Um, I'm based here in Kuala Lumpur. My name is Mudhar. Nice to meet you all. So in the beginning, I would like to spend some time for us to get to know each other a little bit. So before we start, I just want to remind you, everything you see, all the materials will be given to you, so you don't have to worry about taking screenshots, pictures, and all these kind of things. Um, so I'll do my best to make sure that we all make the most out of the workshop with whatever little time that we have. Okay, so let me start by sharing my screen first. All right, so you all work for H&M. I think Zoom, you all seem to be quite okay with it. The only thing I need to check with Zoom is to make sure that you all know how to annotate. Okay, so let me just open up a new page. Okay, morning, Dwayne.
Oh dear, I think. Good morning, everybody.
Hi, morning, Dwayne, morning. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Doing great, thanks. All right, glad that you could make it.
Yes, thank you. Good morning, everybody else that's on the call.
Morning,
Morning.
morning.
All right, so Dwayne is here, nice. Um, so yes, so if you all could, someone is waving to us in the back as well.
Yep, it's our L&D manager. All right,
Okay, all right. Well, send our regards to her as well.
you can regard.
Okay, so just using Zoom, one of the things I think that will help us is for us to annotate on the screen. So the way you would do this is there's an annotate button on your Zoom bar on top of the screen. Once you click on it, it will show you a pen, and then you could literally draw on my screen. So if you could write your first name, that would be good, just so we could just give it an experiment. Okay, Dan, yes. Um, so this is the pen, and if you look above it, there is a letter T where you can actually type text. And I think this one is easier. So just to kind of try both. There we go. All right, so Sabrina's working for you as well. Yes. All right, one, yep, that's it. Okay, Irene is working for you also. So don't worry, just put whatever you like, because sometimes I will ask you to tick things on the board, underline or highlight, and so on. So I think it's a very useful tool. Okay, all right. And Dwayne, is it working for you as well?
I'm so sorry, but I wouldn't be very active on the call. I'm just gonna be listening in and then
Okay,
popping in and popping out of the call.
okay, sure, sure.
Yeah, thank you so much for
All
checking
right,
in.
no worries. Okay. All right, so um, very good. So this is in terms of you participating on my screen. Now, the other thing that we normally do is sharing the screen. So this is something that some of us will do because there will be times when I will give you an activity. We will go to a breakout room and you will be sharing your screen so you could do the work together. So our workshop, it will not be me presenting 3.5 hours and you listening. A lot of times you will be taking part in the activities and I will be listening to you. Okay, so I'm gonna stop the share and then maybe one of you could try sharing. If we could have 3, 4 of us sharing the screen, that would be good. It will significantly help us. All right, so Diana, maybe give it a try. Okay, thank you, Diana. Excellent. So maybe let's have someone else. Cassidy? All right, Cassidy. I think Cassidy, you just you highlighted only this window. So what you could do is you could highlight the whole screen.
Share.
Yes, the whole screen. Okay, that's it. Yes. So so then if I kind of send everyone an activity, then you can see it with some of your colleagues. Okay, very good. Um, Sabrine, what about you? Maybe give it a try. All right, excellent, Sabrine. You're using an iPad. Okay, it still works actually. It still works. So you don't have to have a computer. It will still work. Okay, very good. So now I'm going to go back to my screen again, and I would like us to let me just check here. Everything Zoom related we have done. There's a few other things we could do as well. All right, so there is a reaction button as well. Now this will kind of give you a number of things that you could do, like thumbs up and so on. I'm not a big fan of those really, but sometimes we do use them just so for you to kind of give me thumbs up and things like that. So maybe let's just give it a quick try. Can you all give me a thumbs up? Okay, all right, Diana, I like that. Many thumbs up, not just one. Yes. So sometimes I do this, like, let's say I'm sending you a handout, I will just do a quick check and say, please give me thumbs up if you've received it. So that way it becomes faster. Annotation is done. The chat, I think we already know how to use. This is not a problem. I can set it to become private, meaning between you and me, or I can set it to be public as well. Again, depending on the activity, we will change it also. Okay. All right, very good. I think we're all set. So this is everything in terms of Zoom. Now the next thing I would like us to do is a very quick icebreaker. So this is a link I will send to you in a moment. And I would like you in breakout rooms. So you will be sent to a smaller room of 3 or 2 to talk about some of these questions. So it's very simple. You spin it. When it stops, it will highlight a question. And then after you finish talking about it, you and your colleagues, you can then eliminate the question. So that way you don't have to land on it again. Okay, so I'm going to send you this link in the chat first. Okay, so it should be there. So maybe before we go to the breakout room, a good idea to always click on it because sometimes it will disappear. All right, so okay, if you're ready, please give me thumbs up. All right, excellent. Irene is ready. Hayati, are you ready? Okay, all right, very good. So I'm gonna send you an invite now to a breakout room, either called room 1 or room 2. I'd like you to click on accept. Okay, Irene, is everything all right? You came back here. I think you're on mute.
I need to join the.
Yes.
So how do I join? Just now I think.
Hang on a second. I'll send you to room 1 again. Do you see the invite?
Yes.
Okay, so you just click on join. Okay, so Irene, Wang Kiet, Hayati, maybe one of you could share your screen on the wheel activity. That would be good, so we can all see the questions on the board. Irene, I know you have it open because I heard it from your computer a moment ago.
On okay.
Excellent, Irene. Thank you very much. All right, we'll start with this one. This is a good one. How do you switch off after work? Switch off as in how do you relax or wind down? So Irene, Huang Kiet, Hayati, maybe we can take turns asking and answering this question together. Okay, I'll come back in a minute. I'm just going to go check on the other group.
Okay.
All right.
I'm not sure whether Dong have clicked eliminate because I also get the same question.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the best way to counter this is to have one person sharing the screen on the wheel, and then we follow this person's questions.
Ah,
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So, Diana, maybe you could share your screen.
Okay, I try. Okay.
No, you're all good at it. Don't worry, you're all good at it. So, I could tell you've all used Zoom many times before.
So can you guys see my screen?
yes.
Yes.
Perfect. So then I spin, yeah?
You can also make a full screen, Diana, from this button as well.
How you-
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay, don't worry about it. Yes. All right. So, Diana, maybe you could ask Cassidy, Sabrine. Sabrine, you all can ask Diana back. So, if you had to work in another department in your company, which one would you choose? If you're happy with where you are, you could also say that as well.
So Dong will go first, or I need to ask Dong for
You
this question.
you can decide.
Yeah, maybe Dong.
Okay. The question is, if you had to work in another department in your company, which one you choose? So right now I'm in the HR department. So maybe next will be controlling department. Yeah.
Okay. You love numbers.
So, Cassidy, what does controlling department exactly do?
Controlling they do for in terms of our sales budget and in terms of the KPI that the store need to achieve as well.
I see, and
Yeah.
hence why
Yeah.
Diana said numbers.
Yes, correct. But
Okay.
right now I did at the HR department handling more people and also documentation.
Right, right. Thank you for the input,
Yes.
Cassidy. Sabrine, what about you?
Is it the same question or?
Yes, the same one.
Okay. Right now I'm actually as a store manager for Genting store. if I'm able to choose, are actually quite interesting in merchandising, which is we will need they actually country how to say um the stock level in the store. They're actually managing the stock level in the store, and also they're able to choose what to purchase as well for the market in Malaysia. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Sabrina. So, Diana, now Cassidy and Sabrina have answered the question. Now is your turn. Then you can eliminate it and move on to the next one. So, what about you, Diana? Yes.
Currently I'm in the HR department, same as Dong. So if I could had to work in another department, um, probably I could choose more on generalist department where towards into operation, which is in the area we call it as the area manager. Because I think given to my background previously, because I'm too operational, so therefore before I came into the specialist as a HR people and team, so I think if I could choose another department, that would be my department.
All right. Thank you very much. So, Diana, Cassidy, Sabrina, now you all know how this works. I'm going to check on the other group and I'll be back in a couple of minutes. So, please keep going.
Right.
All right. See you all in a bit.
We're just waiting.
Okay. So, Irene, maybe you can eliminate the question now?
You mean discussion? How
Yes.
do you off after work?
Yes. Did you all talk about it?
Yes.
Okay, very good. So you can
Oh,
eliminate it now. So you can click eliminate. All right. Now you can spin again to get another question.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's sort of like a lucky draw.
Oh. What do you like the most about your job? What do you find the most challenging?
Okay, for me, I want to share. I think I like the most is customer because I like to talk with the people. I love to do a conversation, but the most challenging also is the customer. Back to the customer again. I think both of them, both of things points now is back to the customer because we have a few of customer people type and character. I think this is both make it fun actually, even though sometimes it's very sad, sometimes very bad, but at the end of the day, we know everything is going okay because we have a lot of support.
For my side, what I would like for my job is that because I like fashion, honestly, because due to our H&M company is totally is showing is a fashions company. That's why mostly most of the challenging one is like due to the people, I think, because yes, we know in the store if we have a lot of the colleagues, all the different colleagues, right, it's a different background, and also when come to the when we I want to do some coaching with my team member. Of course, somehow I need to using a different language because due to their character is because of there is a difference. That's why it's a bit challenging for me from here.
Wanket, I really like the way you mentioned when you say you have to use different language. Is it by language you mean is it like a different tone, a different style, or a completely different language altogether?
Mostly different language means like somehow I'm using some English when come to talk with some colleague. Honestly, don't understand. That's why I need to turn my language become to the Malay to talk with them. And also when come to the Malay, I talk already. Maybe somehow my Malay also is not so good, honestly, because I also need to use very simple words to my colleague to let them to understand what kind of the meanings what I'm saying. Yeah.
I see, okay. And Hayati, do you come across this thing as well when you're dealing with customers because they have different backgrounds and all?
Yeah. customer, as we know, the customers, the end point of view is just want to satisfy. This is very difficult for us as a challenge in the stores as well because we want to make sure everything we receive the end goal. But for now, we use uh the same language, which is in English, because it's easy for them to understand. But same to Saudi said just now, it's different background. We need to have different approach. Depends on their expectation. Then yeah, what I say is just end result. We want to everyone is satisfied and happy.
All right. Okay. Irene, what about you? Maybe one something from your experience? Yes.
So what I like about my job, I think is I cannot have a lot of improvement. Usually I'm from H&M store. Now I've moved on to my new position. It's one of the team in office. So what are the challenging for now is because I just moved on to the new position. I have a lot of new things to be improved, to be learned, and also to be inspire everyone.
Right. So you like continuously
I need to
developing.
meet a lot of new people in the office and also the new team to have a new way of working.
All right. So you also like to sort of inspire and motivate others to work in different ways.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Irene. So again, you can eliminate, move on to the next one. We'll go back to the main room in maybe 3 to 4 more minutes. I'll see you in a bit. I'm going to go check on the other team.
Okay.
Okay, enjoy it.
Yeah, so I spend all my time for Emily in Paris for the whole season.
Okay. Great. So Dong, yeah, bad boy, right? What you mentioned just now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Police movie. Yeah.
We left two more.
Yes, I like the purple one, but I shouldn't be saying that because I'm kind of cheating.
Okay. If you could only have 5 apps on your phone, which apps would you choose? Ooh. Um, yeah, maybe Sabri can go first.
I go for that.
Oh, you go first. Okay, Dong. Take it away.
Number one is Spotify music,
Mm-hmm.
and then number two is I think Maybank. We need also. Okay. Then number three, I'm not good into road, so maybe Google Map. Number three, and then maybe number four, YouTube,
Mm.
and then last I think for the connection, which is using Facebook. So only five. Yep. Not TikTok, no Instagram. Okay, you guys.
So who want to go first? Can I go first, Sabrin? Okay. So if I could choose 5 apps, so the first one will be TikTok. Secondly will be Instagram. Um, thirdly, I mean, yeah, the third one, I'm not using Waze here in Singapore, so probably one city mapper apps. Number five is my email, of course, Gmail. Um, last only Facebook. Yeah, over to you, Sabrin.
If me, I mean, Dong is actually mentioned a very good point. First is for location. So mostly I would choose Waze. In Malaysia, we use Waze. And IG, email for company Outlook, WhatsApp group, something to communicate, and also YouTube. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, interesting. What are you? Where are you all based now? I know Diana, you mentioned you're in Singapore. Sabrine, you're in Genting, and
Yeah.
Siti. What about you?
I'm in Kuala Lumpur.
Okay, so
Yeah, near DRX office.
okay, so we're kind of close to each other. I'm in also Kuala Lumpur.
Ah,
Yeah,
nice.
our head office is on Jalan Amban, the one near Public Bank.
Okay.
So we're kind of close to each other, Cassidy. Meaning, if I go to the top floor, if I look out of my window, I can see TRX.
Yes. Okay. Okay.
All right. The last one. Okay. Mm. What do you like the
People when it comes to all the team members, right? I think that one is more quite fun for me compared with the visual. Yeah. But of course now in the office team, of course it's totally different. Of course totally 19 store need to in charge. It's not easy. Is meet a lot of people. Of course also is quite challenging when it comes to the move to the office. Yeah.
Mm.
For me, I would think I would like to try the logistic department because now actually I'm handling all the material in stock, and then actually for all the incoming, then I will need to communicate with the DC team. So this is maybe the next I would think about it.
So you like to move change to the logistic, not stay in the visual department?
Logistic actually have a lot of different department also. It's not only like about the delivery. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then you like to stay in the list.
Louis,
Okay.
will be in Malaysia.
Okay. Welcome back.
By the way, where are you all based? Now we all mentioned Malaysia.
Usually I'm from Malaysia. It's just that I work in Singapore, so I'm
Right.
based in Singapore.
So you're in Singapore, Irene. Okay. What about Hayati and Hong Kong?
Malaysia.
We are from Malaysia.
Okay.
We are all from Malaysia. It's just that I work in Singapore.
I see. I see. I'm based in Kuala Lumpur as well. Our head office is on Jalan Ampang near Public Bank in the
Huh?
city center.
Okay, it's quite near.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is where our main office is. I think Diana also mentioned she works in Singapore as well, in
Yes.
the other group. Okay.
Then maybe I go to the last.
Yeah. Huh? Why? What is it? It's, oh. Mm-hmm.
Movie.
Yes.
Recent. I think recently I'm not watching any movie for now.
Yes. Normally it's a drama.
Drama is not so much time for now because it's quite busy for me. But the last drama I saw is just Korea, but it's just a few episodes, but I'm not sure what the name is. But think about the lawyer, some sort like that. It's just Korean drama. It's just a few episodes. It's not until the end of the episode. It's not finished yet. How about others?
On my side, I also didn't see any movie until now. Is because due to the work is super busy, and also I quite long time didn't go cinema. Honestly, that's why as I remember, I'm last watching for the in the cinema is Minion. Yeah, because due to the why I going for the seeing for the Minions for the movies, right? It's because due to my brother. It's because he really like all the Minion kind of the thing. That's why he also is a collect all the Minion toys. It's super a lot. That's why also is a helping him when it comes to the collect all the toys. Yeah, that's why just this only. It's a bit fun because I'm suddenly go to see the cartoon movie, and also is one of the thing is can let me to relax more. Is not think about some work and
All right, welcome back, Irene, Juanquiet, and Sabrine. Welcome back. That was a very nice journey. Welcome back,
Hello.
Cassidy. Welcome back, Diana and Hayati as well. All right, so I think this was a very good demonstration of how some of our activities would be like. As I told you earlier, it will not be me talking and you listening for 3.5 hours. So a lot of these workshops that we deliver are based on participants' input, and it's us collaborating and working together. So I think this is a very crucial element. So well done. I mean, I really enjoyed listening to all of you. Quite a lot of things I learned about you, and for me, it's very important. I learned about my participants throughout the workshop. Now I got to know you. I'll tell you a little bit about myself. So I am from Iraq. I have been in Malaysia for 12 years now. Well, nearly 13 years. Nearly 13 years. I think the end of November will have been my 13th year. Yes. So I have a teaching certificate from Cambridge University, a bachelor in business administration, and I have masters in counseling as well. And I have been working as a trainer for 6 years now. So some of the clients I have worked with are public and private organizations in Malaysia. So, for example, recently I worked with Petronas. I think you're all familiar with Petronas. Khazanah Malaysia, public. I've worked with LDHN, the Inland Revenue Tax Office, and so on. So I normally go to different parts in Malaysia to deliver training. This is one of the many online workshops that I deliver. But every day I'll be somewhere else. So for example, sometimes on Wednesday I go to Bangi, Thursday I go to Kajang, sometimes I'm in Cyberjaya. So I've been all over Malaysia thanks to my training job. I really like it because I like to work with people. And I think this is something all of you have in common. Most of you like working with people. You are a people person. So I'm looking forward to you all, really, to working with you all. And I think we can start with our first topic. So the name of our workshop is Interpersonal Communication Skills, or we call it ICS for short, basically. Now, I'll start with something very simple. What do you understand by interpersonal communication skills? So this is something I'd like you to do in breakout rooms as well. And it's just a very simple question. And I'd like you together to form a simple definition together in your group. So what does interpersonal communication skills mean? Okay, so this will be kind of like an introduction to our topic, basically here. We will not spend a lot of time. Maybe I'll give you 2 minutes. After that, I would like to hear some input from you all. Okay, for these kind of activities, we don't need to share the screen. For these kind of things, we just normally talk about it. And then when we're in the main room, I'll ask you for some input. Okay, here we go. So I'm just gonna hit join, and then 2 minutes. I'll set a timer.
I think the interpersonal communication skill meaning how you want to present yourself, how you want to show your credibility to talk or communicate with people. I think this is the interpersonal communication skill inside.
Yeah, I agree.
Mm.
Mm-mm.
Mm. Is it tu je?
Okay, so I quite like the definition. So
Yeah.
maybe later we can share it in the main room. We have about 30 seconds left. Okay. Okay, so are we ready with our definition, Diana?
Oh, okay. Um, so should I share first or
We'll share it in the main session. So you're all ready. I take it that you've all prepared it.
we just started the session.
Okay, no problem, no problem. I'll
Okay,
still give you one more minute. Yes, I think one more minute you
okay.
can do it. All right.
Thank you.
Okay, let's head back to the main room. Main session. All right, welcome back, Wankiet, Irene, and Hattie. So, Diana Cassidy and Sabrina are still coming up with their definition. I think you'll finish early. So, could you just summarize it to me again? And then after that, when they're done, I'll get them to tell you your definition so we could compare. So, Hayati, what does ICS mean to you, or interpersonal communication skills?
Okay, I think for me, the interpersonal communication skills means how you want to present or how want you to present yourself as a presenter or to deliver any message or communication to demonstrate a very good or professional skill to everyone.
Right. I like the part that you mentioned about delivering a message. There's something we will do later related to this. So you kind of beat me to it, Hayati. Yes, something about delivering a message. Yes, and being professional, demonstrating credibility. Yes, absolutely. So being credible is delivering a message or presenting ourselves in a very professional manner. Excellent. Now I'm going to send the other team back in here, and we'll try to extract some keywords as well from their definition. And then later I'll show you my definition to see how close we all were. All right, so Diana, Cassidy, and Sabrine are on the way back. So Hayati, we could say professional, delivering a message, presenting yourself. So I picked up 3 keywords from our hero. Okay.
Hello.
Welcome back, Diana, Sabrine. I think Cassidy is still in the breakout room. Um, there he is. All right. Okay. Um, so yes, so Diana, Sabrine, Cassidy, um, I'll let you present your definition of interpersonal communication skills. Irene, Wankiet, and Hayati have got their own definition. So now they're going to listen and compare how close our ideas were. Go ahead.
Okay. You want to take it, Sabrine, or because I saw you unmute?
Accidentally press.
Ah,
Emma
okay.
will represent our group.
All right. So yeah. Um, so for our definition of the interpersonal communication skill, what our understanding is on how that we interact people with verbal or non-verbal. So we are talking about verbal is how that the communication, because for example that we are in the HR team, this is how that we communicate to people every single day, and also it's links also on how that we are giving feedback during the dialogue or during the feedback session or anything that when related to communication. And then when it comes to non-verbal on how that we interact on um, our understanding is our body language, I would say, on how that tone of voice and also eye contact on the body posture during the conversation. And also when it comes to a feedback, that is also consists of the empathy during the feedback session or during that people we have when people sharing something to you, we also need to have active listening mode. So where that we are not only listen without, because we also need to show that we are care to people. And then also during the conversation also we also need to 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 um, to respond. Is there any ideas that the other person needs from you? And then when it comes to a feedback, there is also a two-way communication where that by the end of the day that we need to get the mutual agreement and also the receipt from the not the participation, I mean the colleague that
The
we are speaking
participants.
to. Yes.
Yes.
So I think that is what our understanding because as I mentioned non-verbal. I think with regards feedback session or any communication towards our colleague, the eye contact, sometimes we tend to, what are you talking about? Sometimes we can express from our face. So that is what our understanding when it comes to interpersonal communication skills.
Thank you, Diana. Um, I really like the bits that you mentioned about verbal and nonverbal and how important it is when you're giving feedback to people because people will interpret it in different ways. The way we say things to other people, yes. And it's not always verbal, it's not just the words. I think nonverbal account for a very big part of the message here. Hayati, would you say your definition that you told me earlier has some similarities with Diana's definition?
Yeah, my definition is similar. It's way similar. I think that
I agree.
my definition actually is how to show your or present yourself as a presenter on delivering a message. I think yeah, verbal, invisible, like
Yes.
Diana now, and
Yes.
demonstrate a good communication skill and the professional manner. I think it's very aligned with what Diana said just
Which
now.
includes the body language because that's part of what makes you professional as well as having a the proper body language, verbal nonverbal skills, empathy as well, active listening, which is something that we will actually look into this course. Okay, so your definitions are very close to the definition that I have provided here on my slides. I will show you some icons first, and let's see if you can tell me what are the 4 sub-skills of interpersonal skills. Okay, so Diana, you mentioned some of them to me actually in your definition. So by just looking at the icon, what do you think these sub-skills are, or the 4 core skills?
Maybe communication or
Okay,
speaking.
okay. So, or it's verbal, similar to your idea, Cassidy here. So, relating to words. And then the second one would be, here's a clue. Yes, Diana, body language.
Yes,
And we have,
active listening or
okay,
the way how we speak.
yes. So listening is also quite important as well. And then the third one is
Vocal.
vocal. Okay. Now, some of you, some of us might be wondering, right, verbal, vocal skills, body language. Maybe we need some examples to kind of clearly define each sub-skill. So we started with a very broad definition, and now we will dive into some details. Because before we talk about which one is relevant to us or most important to us, we'll have to know exactly what each core skill means here. Okay, so what I have prepared is an activity where you will sort examples or things that you have to demonstrate for each skill. And this is something will take us quite some time, but that's okay because we really want to get to know what these skills mean because we will actually be studying them in this course. So the 4 skills that you see will be covered on 4 different days following a certain order. Okay, all right, very good. So I think you're all familiar with this. Now remember, you can make it a full screen by highlighting this button. So the one at the lower right side. So when you make it full screen, it will make it easier to read because sometimes the text might be a bit small. So here I have the 4 skills. I know this looks like it's a lot, but I think for you it will be pretty obvious. For example, listening without judgment or criticism. Diana, this is something you already mentioned to me in your definition, clearly for listening skills. So once you match all of them, you can hit submit answers, and to see whether you got all of them. When you're done, just let me know. There's something I forgot to tell you. When you go to the breakout room, there's actually a button that says ask for help, and that will send me a message, will notify me of you. So when you're done, let's say, of a certain activity, just feel free to ping me and I'll come right away. All right, very good. So I'll spend time with you all in the breakout room as well because I want to listen, see how you approach this. Here's the link in the chat. And as usual, please click on it because the link will disappear when you go to the breakout room. All right. Now I want to shuffle the breakout rooms a little bit, and you're going to work with someone else now. I think we're missing one person, Mary Lee. Okay. Let's see. So Juanquiet, Diana, and Hayati will work in one group. Irene, Cassidy, and Sabrine will work in one group. Okay. So I'll come in and I'll spend time with you all. All right, here we go.
Okay. So should we start first? Can we start?
Yes, of
We start
course.
now, yeah? So I'm going my screen. I'm sharing my screen, yeah?
Yes, Diana.
Okay.
Well, I think they're more than happy if you can.
All right. So here you go. So can everyone see my screen?
I think not yet, Diana.
Not yet. Yeah.
Just a sec, yeah. Bear with me just a sec.
It's okay. Take your time.
Oh my god, I'm getting nervous.
No, it's all right. Don't be.
Land.
Online is very convenient, but it also has its own set of challenges. So I'm very sure everyone is very understanding.
Okay. So can you guys see my screen now? No?
No.
We can.
Now,
Yeah.
yes.
Yes. So maybe we just give it a moment. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So you can make it, Diana, full screen from the box I show you in the lower right side. Yes.
There.
And
Okay.
so everyone can read the messages clearly. So you can hit start
Okay.
and then together help each other and match those.
Sure. Okay. So then
Activity. I think maybe this one we part first and then we
We skip first.
It's okay.
No to
What?
go to which part.
So Casita, remember, even if we get it wrong, that's okay. Is just do your best. Yeah,
Okay.
and put whatever you think is correct. And don't worry about making mistakes because it's really not about making mistakes. Yes.
Okay. So maybe you can go move to second point first. Begin of how you now and affect the voice the content and
Okay.
Adapting your voice. Yes.
Yeah.
I
Vocal.
This is something Diana was
Vocal?
mentioning when she was saying when you give feedback in HR, when you give feedback, this is something that we have to be careful of. Yes.
Voice or body language?
I think it's voice. I don't know.
That's it.
What they would
If this
call.
is what you think it is, then just leave it at vocal, yes.
Sabri, what do you think?
I'm also thinking whether it's vocal.
Vocal. Okay, go.
Okay,
Alright.
then I just pakai first.
Yeah.
Okay, then. So using a voice and confident to encourage and connect with your audience.
Using your voice. I think this one for me is body language, how we want to like use our tone to make sure that our audience very clear understanding. Yeah.
Yes, we
Yeah, maybe body language.
stay focused and fully present while listening.
Listening
For
skill.
listening.
Listening, yeah.
This one.
Okay, it's in the definition, yes.
Showing open
Body language.
body language. To
Body
others.
language.
Body language.
Body
Yeah.
language.
Yeah. Showing open body language.
Engaging others in conversation.
Verbal lah. Engaging others in conversation. Engage. Might be listening also, but not listening.
So engaging others, that means I'll ask the right questions, Kasidi, so then you give me a very good response. We keep the conversation going for a long time.
So it will be vocal.
Okay.
Or listening.
Okay. So think about it that way. Vocal is how you change your voice or how you change your tone of voice. It's not really related to words. It's more to the music of your voice. I don't know if that makes sense, but the way you control your sound or your voice, and then you communicate different meanings. Verbal is related to words.
Words. Yeah.
What words you use.
So should be listening.
Listening. Yeah.
So I think engaging others in conversation is a verbal skill.
Yeah.
That means you're using the right words to make people speak for a long time.
Okay.
Yes.
Alright. Understand.
Sorry, Kasiri is verbal, yes. Is the one on top.
Verbal.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, verbal.
That's all right. Okay, very good. Let me go check on the other team.
Okay, all right. Aligning body language. This one. You read anti body language, right? Then you know this body language already, right?
Aligning body language. This is something you mentioned, Diana, as well in your definition. Sometimes when we say something, our body language doesn't really match what we
Exactly.
say, and it sends
Yeah.
the wrong message. Yes.
We send the wrong signal to
Yeah.
the audience. Yeah. Summarizing to confirm understanding. Um,
Summarizing.
to summarize.
I'll give you an example. So if I heard you correctly, Hayati, you said verbal.
I think it'll be listening.
Summarizing to confirm. Summarizing to confirm to understand.
So that means I'm using words to repeat what you said so that we understand, so that we both understand.
Summarizing to confirm understanding.
So you always, at the end of someone's message, you say, if I understood you correctly, you meant 1, 2, 3, and that person will say, yes, that's exactly what I meant.
Listening.
It's
Listening skill.
it's actually verbal. It comes after listening.
Okay.
So
It's verbal.
yes. So when someone delivers a message to you, you listen to them first while they're delivering the message. So you're using listening skills. Now, after they finished, then you have to use your own words to repeat their message.
To
Yeah.
summarize.
And they will
Yes.
feel very good because they will know that you actually heard them and you're using different words. That means you really understood what they were trying to say,
Okay.
which is
Alright,
quite challenging actually to do that.
okay. So it's verbal skill.
Yes, it comes after listening.
Okay. Clear.
Very good.
Listening without judgment or
Ada the volume, which is vocal.
Yes, I strongly agree with that. CD, volume, yes. So, well, like we said, vocal is how you always control your voice.
Okay. And then I think
So
from
what
the
Something that we
content,
need to improve our body language. Because I think the light blue is actually under
body language, yeah.
Being aware of how your body language reveals what you think. Yes, yes.
And-
So
and
that
then
means
the-
you have extra in the body language.
okay,
Yeah.
the green one is voice, vocal. Yes, this
Yeah.
one. This one vocal.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I kind of saw it earlier, but then I left it out because I told myself, I was like, I'm pretty sure they'll be able to.
To notice this, yeah.
Yes.
We electric with
howling just now.
This one verbal, yeah. Clearly, that one,
changing the focus from you to other persons to thinking of this. Okay.
clearly. Okay.
Okay. So, are you
Yes.
all satisfied with your answers?
Yes.
Yes. I have a feeling Sabrine wants to change something.
I'm
Can.
attractive.
Can we check?
I think she's still saying, yeah.
Okay.
Can I give you a hint? Okay. So summarizing to confirm understanding usually happens after listening, not during listening.
So will be verbal skill.
Verbal.
That's correct, Irene, because what I normally do is after you tell me something, and then when you finish telling me your message, I'll spend a moment to use my own words and repeat your message back to you. So, for example, you'd say something along the lines of, if I understood you correctly, you mentioned 1, 2, 3, and then you say, yes, exactly, that's what I said. And so it happens after listening, but not during. So that would be verbal because I'm using words to summarize.
Verbal.
Yes. And it's actually quite a challenging skill because you have to understand the message and reformulate it in your own words and mention it back to the speaker.
But I think it's very good points that you mentioned just now that listening. So is it mean that paying attention to the non-verbal communication of speaker is under listening?
What do you think, Irene Cassidy?
I think, yeah.
Absolutely, because
Yes.
you're not just listening to words, you're also noticing and observing other patterns also.
Yep.
So that means we're going to switch that one, paying attention to nonverbal into listening, and then summarizing will go to verbal skills.
And you can actually drag the last one on the verbal skill to listening.
Yes.
Yep.
And then, yeah, if you're all satisfied, hit submit. Let's see.
Okay,
All right.
that's from me.
Okay, so you hit submit at the bottom, Irene.